All right, welcome to New York Sofalites. Tonight there's a duo. It is me and Rachel, my oldest friend, basically since I was born, and here we are. Stephanie is off tonight. She has other obligations this evening, so we are gonna talk about some Fashion Week stuff.
Yes, we have had two fashion weeks. Well, one and almost two
Mm-hmm.
fashion weeks have lapsed since we last checked in
Yes.
this fashion month. So the Oscars was happening during Milan Fashion Week,
Mm-hmm.
and it is currently Paris Fashion Week as we are recording this. They're wrapping up in Paris,
Mm-hmm.
and there is a lot to talk about.
Yes, there is.
Yes.
Yeah, do you want to? I have a couple of things in my mind. I'm seeing some very nice celebrity cameos, seeing how they're interpreting the fashion designer themes, and I like that. So it's fun.
Yes. Well, should we
Yeah,
go chronologically? Should we
sure.
start in Milan and then we'll swoop over to
Yes,
Paris?
let's do that. That's a good idea. Yeah.
Okay, so in Milan Fashion Week, Italians are so fun.
They're so fun, and I think I said this, I always forget how weird they are until I see them at Milan Fashion Week. I'm like, oh, you guys are so fun and weird, and I love it.
They are,
And
because they're like isolated up there in northern
yes,
Italy, which is like kind of just barely Italy, like just doing
yeah.
whatever it is that the Milanese do.
Mm-hmm.
Very
Yeah.
wonderful stuff.
I know, kind of Germany, kind of Switzerland, whatever, and also Italy. So they're a weird like hodgepodge of cultures and stuff, which I love. But
But for sure, the
um,
most Italian of the fashion weeks, like
oh
this
yes, yes,
year, especially for fall winter 25, it was a party atmosphere in Milan.
yeah. And again, very much similar to, I think, honestly, I think Milan street style is like my second favorite to Copenhagen. So they do some weird fun stuff. A lot of it is very wearable, but like offbeat. And we saw a lot of like bright, springy stuff happening, I thought, which was fun. Like some nice lime greens a lot on the street. So, yeah,
Yes. The street style
yeah.
was fun, and it's a little bit more refined, maybe a little
Hmm.
bit more like, I don't know, European-ish
Yes, yes,
to
yes.
me than like we see in Copenhagen. People are wearing a lot of heels. Italian
Hmm.
people will go everywhere in heels. I love that for
Yes,
them on those
I know.
cobblestones. God bless them.
I know. I'm like, part of me is like, hey, if they can do it on the cobblestones, I should do it, driving my car or whatever. But
Mm-mm.
it's
No, they're
Rachel's
built
not.
different.
Yeah, they are. I know. I remember when it was funny because I studied abroad in Rome, and when we got there, they're like, "Don't dress like you just rolled out of bed. Everyone's gonna think you're weird and know that you're a tourist." So I was like, "All right, if you say
So
so."
true.
Yeah, yeah,
Oh my God, these
yeah.
Italians.
They like gave us a whole lecture about it. It was funny, but yeah. But any highlights you want to bring up?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, the Diesel show
Mm-hmm.
was the most fun. They had that like huge inflatable sculpture with the graffiti and
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
people with like the zombie eyes, and like I almost like didn't see the fashion for like everything that was
Yeah,
going on with the
yeah,
show, but I didn't care because it was such a
yes.
spectacle and I loved it.
I know. I love the spectacles that are at um Milan Fashion Week. I feel like there's a lot of those. I mean, Paris too, but I feel like again,
Different in
yes,
Paris.
yes, yes. But
Like, yeah, Milan gave us like a fully like Italian club. Like, I don't know if we can
mhm.
say Eurotrash, but this is how I always feel about the Italian designers is
Yes.
like, I don't know, you see somebody come in Dolce and Gabbana and you're like, this person is gonna have fun.
They party. Yeah.
They party. They are a party.
I feel like Diesel's really nice because it kind of runs the line between like the Eurotrash and the refinement in that way. Same with like D squared kind of.
I love D squared and I
Yeah, yeah.
loved this particular iteration
Yeah.
of D
Hmm.
squared.
Yeah. It's like such an interesting kind of, yeah, it's like I don't know how to describe it exactly, but Italy having the culture of being like the art central of the world at one point,
That's
and then
true.
having like this kind of redux of like that kind of background, I think is really important to their culture and the way that they um interpret things. But yeah, I it is like there's still like Eurotrash in there. It's not super refined,
Yeah.
yeah.
I didn't think about that about the art thing, but you're right. Like this whole like graffiti, like
Mm-hmm.
large installation situation, like it is just like incredibly modern contemporary art, which is so cool.
Yeah, yeah. And I think I don't know how it is now. Obviously, I was in Rome many, many years ago, but probably I guess like 10 years, more than 10 years ago now. Wow. Um but we, did whole class. I sat in on a whole class where they just talked about what is the relevance of Italian art today as opposed to, 500 years ago. And it was really interesting. Yeah. So, and
Still important to them.
yeah, I mean, I feel like it's a cult yeah, it's such an imbued cultural thing, and there's such a strong culture there. Like Italian is so like it's so identifiable, like the Italian culture, which is so nice to
Yes,
see.
and you can
Yeah.
see it coming at every single fashion week.
Mm-hmm.
Like you don't need to look at the tag. Like when you
Mm-hmm.
see a Dolce& and Gabbana look coming, you know
Mm-hmm.
exactly who designed that.
Yeah, it's just a clear identity. Yeah. Yeah, yeah. The identity is so clear, which is really nice to see because in the
Yes.
US we are a little bit more hodgepodgey, which is great in a lot of ways, but it's also very fun to be like, yes, I know exactly what we're seeing and who it's from and why and that kind of thing. So,
Yeah.
yeah,
I had
yeah.
fun watching the Diesel show. I had fun with
Mm-hmm.
D Squared. Doechii was at D Squared, and
Okay.
Doechii is having the world's best fashion month. Like,
Yeah, that's
I
great.
just
Doechii is doing very well.
I can't even like comprehend how this woman is like absolutely like fabulous in Tom Brown, fabulous in D Squared,
Mm-hmm.
fabulous in Paris without her shoes on at the Chloe show.
Oh, I missed that. Oh,
Like three, like you couldn't name three more different designers
yeah,
aesthetically.
yeah.
And like, I mean, this woman, if we're talking about who won Fashion Month, I believe
It's
that it
Doechii.
is Doechii.
Yeah, Doechii really like that's such a nice like what an interesting range. We know how great she did at the Grammys, like accepting her award and the look and everything. And then she follows that up with this like great run of amazing looks. Like that's amazing. That's so good. I'm
Incredible.
so
And
glad.
I think
Yeah.
she has an album out this month. So
Okay.
like I think that this is maybe just some of the credit maybe goes to her publicist also, but like
Yeah.
Doechii and her team are doing a
Yes.
fantastic job. The synergies are incredible.
Yeah.
She's everywhere and she looks incredible.
Yeah. And she also she's a chameleon in that way. Like it's like she can take on these show-stopping looks and it still feels like her. And that's so nice. Like, and they're
Yes,
all very different though. Yeah. That's so cool.
absolutely.
Yeah.
I absolutely love it.
We should all aspire to be
Um,
Doechii this year. I love it.
oh my God, if only.
Yeah, if only. We'll have the Doechii energy. It was like, I don't know if you saw um the chicken shop date with Jenny. Was it with Jenny? Um
Jenny from Blackpink.
yeah, yes. And at one point like Amelia was like, "You want me to be a?" She's like, "I'd love my date to be a capybara." Capybara is that how you say it? That animal.
Capybara? Oh, Capybara?
Capybara. Capybara. Yeah. And she's like, "You want me to be a capybara?" And she's like, "No, I want my date to have capybara energy, capybara energy." And I'm like, "Oh,
What
okay."
is
So
capybara energy?
I
It's just
don't
like a big
know.
rat.
I don't know. I've never met a capybara. Jenny has apparently, so Jenny knows all about them. But I'm gonna have try to have Doechii energy going into this year, just like
Well, I
killing
think it's better than capybara energy.
it.
I don't know. I watched Flow, and one of the leading characters in Flow is Capybara, and there he was
Oh.
just like a really sleepy, large rat.
Interesting. Wow. Because Amelia asked Jenny, would you rather play with a dog or a capybara? And she's like, capybara all day long.
Well,
So
maybe this
interesting.
one in the movie Flow was particularly sleepy because it had just
Yeah.
survived a flood. But
Okay. Stress sleepy. Yes. Yeah.
yeah, like I don't know. I guess I need to do more research. They have at the zoo in town here, they have one. They have
They
a capybara.
do? Oh
It's
my
yeah.
God. I wonder if we can play with it one day. Probably
I
not.
think you can feed it. I think like they have like the little feed that you like, stick through the gate and it'll eat
Oh,
out of your hand or whatever.
that's so
They seem
cool.
friendly, but they're just like literally like giant swamp rats.
Oh, yeah, I'm actually seeing that they allow other creatures to rest on them, earning them the name Nature's Sofa. So they're
Big sofa
Sofalites.
light energy. Okay, I changed my mind. I'm into capybaras.
So I guess they're great, but they are very chill. You're right. They're very chill.
Love that
Anyways,
for
okay,
us.
love that
New
for
mascot.
Doechii energy and Capybara Sofalite energy, I guess.
Absolutely.
Yeah, yeah. All right. So more Milan. What else did you like from
Yes.
Milan?
Well, other highlights from Milan, I think we have to talk about like the morning dance party, the morning outdoor dance party
Mm.
that was the Dolce and Gabbana show.
Yes, yes.
And like this is where I think that Stephanie was absolutely right in identifying that this year maximalism is back and
Mm-hmm.
we just got like hit in the face with it at this
Yes,
show.
yes. Yeah.
It looked so
It
fun. Everything was like glittery and sparkly, and it reminded me of partying in Europe in like the
oh,
mid 2000s, and it made me
fun.
really happy.
Yeah,
They had
nice.
a DJ who I think is a woman that is a member of the band Skin. Are you familiar with this band? It must
I
be
am
Italian.
not. I am not.
I'm not
Oh,
really either,
funny.
except that it's the band that gave us Damiano David, who I'm obsessed with.
Okay, all right. I could have to do my research because I don't know, but yes.
He's just
Okay.
like this like Italian like pop singer who he sings in like the thickest Italian accent and it's very charming. He's like
That's
very
funny.
skinny. He's dating Dove Cameron. Highly
Oh,
recommend. He's come out with like
okay.
a few singles this year and I just am really obsessed with him.
Interesting. Okay, I think that maybe this year is the year of Italian culture for us, or at least this month, because I also
Yes.
started watching this Netflix show that's Italian.
The
It's called
Leopard.
No, but I want to. This
Oh.
one's actually called Astrological Guide for Broken Hearts or something. It's very
Oh.
silly and fun, and it's in Italian, and it's about the um astrology and this woman who just broke up with her boyfriend and all this stuff. So it's fun. But yes, I
I
recommend.
love
Yeah,
that.
yeah, yeah.
Yes, I love
So
that for us. March can be Italy month. Etro, where they like literally sent just like everything they fucking had down that runway. It was denim shirts, it was giant furry hats. Giant furry hats were on like every runway, and
yeah,
I'm
a lot
so
of
here for it.
fur. A lot of fur. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
much fur, like specifically those like the big hats with like the ear flaps. You know what I'm talking about? Like
Yes,
the,
yes. My mom has one of those. I forget what they're called, but she loves
yes,
it. She
I
says
love
they're very
them.
warm. Yes.
And like oversized, and all of the
Yes.
hats are oversized, and I really love that.
Yeah, yeah. I love that. Okay.
Um, so
Great.
yeah, that was really
Was
fun. But yeah, lots of maximalism. I feel like we were seeing like a couple of things, and it was like silhouettes that were very 90s with like a big
mm,
shoulder pad,
mhm.
and then silhouettes that were like very 70s and when it was like very flowy and
Yeah, yeah. A lot of
kind of,
references.
yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
I feel like we're old enough now that like everything is references, right? Like
Yes,
we've been
yes.
through
We've
a
been through
couple
it
of
all.
cycles
Yeah.
and we're just
Yes,
recognizing the
yes.
references. I don't hate that.
I don't hate it either, but definitely a lot of, oh yeah, just like I think you're right. We're seeing patterns, we're seeing color, we're seeing fur, we're seeing big shapes, and that definitely I think was brought to its peak here at Milan, even though we saw some of it um in London and some of it, in New York. It was really fun to see it here too.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So, any fun? I didn't catch many like celebrity.
I feel like I didn't see a whole ton of celebrities at Milan,
Yeah. I
but
don't
they
know if they
also
come to
weren't
Milan.
at the Oscars. So, like, where were the
True.
celebrities?
Where are they? I know Naomi Campbell was at D squared, right? With
Yes.
Doechii. And but I don't know if I ever see that many at Milan. I feel like they hold out for Paris and New York and um
I wonder if it's still kind of cold in Milan
oh,
in January,
probably.
or like in February. And
Probably.
like, I don't know. Maybe
It's
it's
not,
less fun. Or maybe it like is
maybe.
right during award season in
Oh, everyone's
America. So
just
like it,
tired. Yeah.
yeah, we have to we have to split our time. We have to share our celebrities.
Yeah, they have to recover. If even if it's slightly over, they have to recover. I get it. I get it. Everyone's tired. But all right. Any other Milan thoughts? I know we want to talk about Paris a little bit too.
Yeah, I mean, I think we can move on to Paris. A lot of big stories
Mm-hmm.
coming out of Paris. And
Yes.
yeah, I mean, we can start like right at the top of the week. The huge story of the week, I guess, was Hadir Ackerman for Tom Ford. People were going nuts. Everything was blowing up,
Oh
and
my
it
God, Tom Ford.
was
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah.
I mean, Tom
Everyone.
Ford, always amazing,
I
right?
know Tom Ford always kind of somehow I've never heard. Maybe I've just missed it, but I've never heard of like a bad show from them. So
No, I feel like sometimes we don't hear a lot from
yeah.
them,
Yeah.
but I mean, having a new creative director, obviously, a lot of the there's a lot of churn going on right
Mm-hmm.
now in terms of like
Yeah.
creative directors.
Yeah.
But this seemed like it was hitting really big.
Yeah. Hitting all the marks. I saw Karen Elson's dress, which I loved, that purple fringy thing.
Yes,
Loved it.
Fringe. Fringe was
Yeah.
major, happening
Yes.
all over Paris.
Yeah. And like same with seeing a lot of, I mean, in the Tom Ford show, again, shoulder pads and kind of 90s silhouettes for dresses, more minimalist, but also big in some ways.
Hmm.
So very good. Yes. A lot of fringe. Yes, fringe. But really interesting. So Tom
Yeah,
Ford
and
was a
that kind of
win.
like apple green color that we're
Mm-hmm.
seeing a little bit all over
Yeah,
the place. I
yeah.
don't know if I really like love it. I don't think it looks like spectacular on
Mm-mm.
everybody, but
No, I don't think it does. I think we're like riffing. I don't know what it is. Is it the Brat Summer effect? But like a lot of that apple green, it's almost fluorescent how green it is, and I don't think it looks that great
yeah,
on everyone though. But
I don't love it. I feel like
yeah.
there's certain people that I guess are pulling it off. Someone
Mm-hmm.
who is not pulling it off was Claire Danes at Lacoste in like literally like head to toe. It wasn't even like an apple, it was like a grass green. It was a Lacoste green, I guess.
Yeah, yeah.
So like
Mm-hmm.
a tennis ball green, and it was not working for me.
Yeah, yeah. It's very hard to pull off. The deeper ones are great, the lighter ones easy. Those bright ones are hard. It really
Really
depends.
hard.
Yeah,
But
yeah. So
anyway,
kudos for trying, but
kudos for trying. And we
yeah,
did
yeah.
love the Tom Ford show.
Yes, yes.
The
Um,
Scandies, some
mm-hmm,
Scandi lines kind of trickling down into the Paris
mm-hmm.
Fashion Week. Oh God, here we go. Hodakova had
Okay, yeah.
a really, really amazing, really like very true to form, very Scandi show, which was kind of like a nice like palette cleanser in the middle of Paris Fashion Week.
Mm-hmm.
They just brought Scandi to Paris.
Yes,
I
it's
loved it,
very
and they had
Scandi.
a person in a cello, like a person was just like wearing a cello
Yes, yes.
because
And
they
those
had to
like
give it a little flair.
and that like twig dress, I don't even know what those were, but like the bent vines, I don't know what that was. But yes, it felt very I that cello dress, I mean it's not a dress, it's just literally a cello.
I think
So
it
I
just
don't
literally is a cello. They were
yeah.
like, you have to spice it up a little bit. And like, of course, the Scandinavian person is thinking, why?
Yeah.
And then they're thinking, how? And then they
They're
send a
like
cello
they're
down the
like, I
runway.
can do it. All right. Oh, are these, you know what? Maybe they're not twigs. They must be like cello strings or violin strings. They are, because I see the ends have little
Oh,
nubs. Yeah, the way that cello or violin strings do, or viola strings, string instruments.
okay.
Yeah, yeah. Wow, interesting. I wonder I don't know what they're trying to say, but okay.
I
I'm,
don't either, but I'm
yeah,
into it. I'm
yeah,
very in, I mean, you know, I'm
yeah.
here for Scandinavian designers forever and always. And
Yes, of course. Yes.
this feels like, I don't know, it feels very under-designed in kind of like a
Mm-hmm.
purposeful way to me.
Yes, yeah, it's sort of like upside down pants that could be bought anywhere, but also they're upside down, so it's definitely like yeah, I think it's quite interesting. It's yeah, like the shoes with the soles out, The zipper
Yeah.
outfit. I do love the zipper two-piece, the gold and blue zipper two-piece. That's quite fun. But
Yes.
yeah, just I feel like kind of excess again, though. It's more like what can we do that is going to be big and different?
Yes.
Yeah. So all the belts, belt dress, yeah.
Oh my God, belts were so, so happening.
Yeah.
Here are the trends that I'm identifying from like 2025 fall winter. It's
Okay.
most definitely belts. Everybody is like
Mm-hmm.
obsessed with a belt.
Yeah.
Everybody is wearing a like comfy, like not like a really structured chunky loafer, but like a comfy like soft
Mm.
loafer, like a square
Yes.
toe, like
Yeah.
the classic like Gucci horsebit loafer.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody's got that thing on,
Yeah.
except like, their own.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I'm
Ours.
looking forward to a really comfy fall winter
That would
in
be nice.
2025.
Yeah.
I'm gonna thrift a pair of those Gucci horsebit loafers and I'm gonna be
Ooh.
so happy.
Oh my God. I want one now too. That's a good idea. That's a really good idea. We'll have to check out Vestaire, the real. Keep looking. Yeah.
Yes.
Yes. Um, what
Um,
else did you see, like that trend wise? Anything else?
I mean, I think we kind of have the same thing going. We have like the big shoulders and the 90s kind of like suiting.
Mm-hmm.
And then on the other side of that, we have kind of like a 70s, like more boho feeling type thing. I'm thinking
Yeah.
about like the Chloe show for sure.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of the more like ready to wear stuff near the end of the week, like Zimmerman had some really pretty, just like,
I love Zimmerman. Yeah.
yeah, me
Yeah.
too.
Yeah.
Katie
Zimmerman's
Holmes
another.
is their new ambassador, and I
Oh,
really love that
really?
for everyone.
And Zimmerman is Scandi too, right? Or are they just German? I don't know.
I don't know exactly, but I
I
know
thought
that
they were.
I always really love their
Me
stuff. I think
too.
it strikes a nice balance between being kind of practical and
Mm-hmm.
often being very pretty,
Yes. Yes. I
without being
agree.
too twee. It
Yes.
seems
Exactly.
I think Katie Holmes is a great ambassador because
She
I don't know
is.
like if they have an official ambassador brand relationship, but I definitely saw her like repping the brand at the show.
Yeah. Oh, you know
And
what? They're Australian. I was very off. Yes.
those
Yeah.
Australians, I mean, they come from everywhere. They're like us.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. They could be anything. But yes. No, but great ambassador. I like that. Katie Holmes.
Yeah, it's kind of like a grown up boho, like pretty but
Yeah.
practical.
It's not like overtly sexy, but it's like
Yeah.
it has a kind of appeal to it nonetheless. Yeah.
But yeah, it's
Mm-hmm.
very feminine.
Mm-hmm.
I like it quite a bit.
I agree. Yeah.
Um, but I also really, really loved the Givenchy show by Sarah Burton. I thought that
Yes.
was really spectacular. We talked a
Yeah.
little bit about tutus at London Fashion Week. She brought a
Yes.
tutu,
Yeah.
and then she brought a full tulle, like,
Yes.
and it was bright yellow, and I
Yeah.
loved it.
Yes. And also yeah, I think Sarah Burton's great. She was previously at McQueen, right?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. I
And
think
here's what I have to say about the McQueen show.
okay.
I didn't love it.
Yeah, okay.
It wasn't my
Yeah,
favorite.
well, it's hard to follow in the shoes of actual McQueen, I feel like. I
This is
mean,
true, and it was not that
yeah.
long ago that we lost actual McQueen, and
Yeah,
so
yeah. I just feel like it's a little hard. I don't know if anyone's like knocked it out of the park since he died, but um I don't know. So we'll see.
so
But
the McQueen show. This is the one where like they had this like a tunnel, like a ramp and a tunnel, and all the
yeah.
models were like tripping coming out of the
Yeah.
tunnel.
Oh, they're like, we
Felt
don't know
very
how
bad for
to
them.
go. Yeah. We're like, we're taught to walk straight. But I feel like there was kind of an equestrian feel to this one. Kind of dandy-ish. I don't know. But yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but also like a vampire, like a dandy,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
like it just, I don't know. There was a lot going on, and I respect that, and there always is with McQueen.
Mm-hmm.
And some of these people were wearing COVID masks. like a bedazzled
Yeah.
COVID mask.
Yeah.
And I was a little bit triggered by that. And I don't know.
Yes. You're like,
I
why?
don't know if we
I
need
would
it.
not yet. Too soon, I'd say too soon. But I
Too
think
soon.
that the one look that I really loved was the from McQueen was the long flowy red dress with those like finer ruffles at the end that were kind of layered. I loved that one. You couldn't really see the her arms; they were kind of hidden. Um, but I really liked that one.
Yes, a lot of the
Yes.
big bouncy giant fur collars, and I like those.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I like it's in a lot of colors. I
Mm-hmm.
like the lace negligee stuff, and I do kind of like, I don't know, we can call it equestrian. I'm thinking a little bit more Phantom of the Opera
Yeah, yeah,
with
I guess so.
they're all kind of dressed like they're like, the hero in Pride and Prejudice. I respect it.
Yeah, there's some good looks. I'm just not sure. I don't know. As a whole, I'm not sure I loved it, but there were some pieces I liked. Like, I always there's some nice blazers. There's some
This is the
crazy
thing, is that
peplins. Yeah.
yes, this is very wearable. Like you could
Yes.
take any one of these looks and kind of like take it apart and have it in your
Yeah.
closet and you would
Yeah.
wear this
Totally.
stuff,
Yeah, totally. Yeah.
which is good.
Um,
And I agree about the red dress. It
yeah.
has
I'm
kind of
not
like a almost like a basque waist thing happening, which I really love.
yeah. Yeah, I think there's a couple of red dresses I enjoyed in there scattered throughout. But yeah, as a whole, I don't know. But yeah. So there's some pieces. It wasn't like a total fail, but I see it doesn't feel super duper McQueenie either, to be honest.
Right? Even though it
Yeah.
has all of the elements, you're right.
Mm-hmm.
Like I feel like if anyone was going to give us like a really strong structured shoulder and like the stuff
Mm-hmm.
that we saw on the other runways, it would be McQueen because that's kind of
Yeah. Yeah.
their thing. But
Oh
I don't
yeah.
know.
Yeah. No, I'm
Brands can
seeing
evolve.
no, yeah, for sure. And I am seeing this full I missed this look before. It's like this full Phantom of the Opera look with the white cape. It's a black cape with a white lace
Yes.
collar. Full Phantom of the Opera.
Full
Yes.
Phantom.
Yes. But yeah, no, okay. So little disappointed. Though some nice parts.
Yeah, definitely some nice parts. Like honestly, would love to own some of these things.
Yeah, I would
Um,
not be upset about that. I did think that speaking of McQueen, I think Chapel Roan was at that one. It looked like she went to three different shows in one day, all with very distinct looks, which I thought was impressive.
yes.
I was like,
I will
good
say
job.
that her McQueen look was that the one with like the do-rag.
Yeah, yeah. I
I think
didn't
that that
love.
was my least favorite. It's
Yes,
kind of more
agreed.
like a bald cap is kind of the
Yeah,
effect that
yeah,
it's giving.
yeah, agreed. I liked her Vivian Westwood look. And then her other one, I forget where she was, but it kind of had like a backless look. And she had some really nice makeup, but I yeah, I did not love this one. It was a little bit too, I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, too.
It was my least favorite of the day from her.
Yes,
I feel like
agreed.
she looks great in clothes and
Yes.
like, her makeup is kind of hit and miss for me
Mm-hmm.
sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
Like I think
Yeah.
it reminds me of like early Lady Gaga. I'm like, you really don't have to do all of that.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
Yeah. No, I know. I think I read somewhere she wears the kind of clown makeup because like people would call her a clown in school or something, but she was like, fine, I'll run with it. Oh, it was the Raban show I'm thinking of. That she looked really nice,
oh,
really good.
we have to
Um,
talk about the Raban show because in
yeah,
my notes I just have Raban dot 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 tentacles.
Raban tentacles.
How are
What were
we
your
feeling
that?
about these little like I get that like it's supposed to be I don't know, what are we thinking? Like a Roman soldier-esque type skirt. It was reading tentacles to me.
Yeah, it is. I don't know how I feel about it. I think it kind of works with the jacket when it's like layered over it, like the long jacket look. When it's just the skirt, I don't know. Like when it was the long jacket with like the fur tails basically that are like all
Mm-hmm.
scattered, that works. The like all the slits that are like the Roman skirt, I'm not into it. I don't know. It doesn't
Yeah, the
land.
Centurion skirt. I'm not
Yeah.
into.
No, it doesn't land. I don't know. Again, lots of fur, but
Lots of fur. I don't think I'm here for these tentacle skirts.
I'm not into
Uh,
it. Yeah, yeah, I don't know. It wasn't a hype. It wasn't like a land. I don't know what I'm not sure what the inspiration was or what they were going for, but I was not that into it. So, I don't know. Yeah.
no, I'll tell you what I was into though, was Harris Reed for Nina Ricci.
Mm, yeah. What were your
This,
favorite parts?
I mean, I love Harris Reed.
Yeah.
Like, I absolutely love everything that they design and I love everything that they wear.
Hmm.
And the show,
I mean, this is how you do fur, I feel like. This is the right way to do it. Um, it's a little bit out there. It's got the colored fur. I don't know. I feel like it's the right way. Yeah.
it is. It's like, and yeah, I mean, everybody was doing fur, but
Mm-hmm.
this is like, yeah, it's like a stole and it's like
Yeah.
a,
And like an interesting shaped jacket. And like, yeah. Yeah, Harris Reed is great.
yeah, and this is giving 90s in like, I feel like kind of a more fun, fresh way. It's
Mm-hmm.
kind of like,
Yeah.
I don't know, it's not taking all of the stuff that I felt like was kind of really suffocating in some of the other shows. Like,
Yeah.
it's not giving like American Psycho. It's,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, like weirdly a little bit more through a female lens.
Yeah, I
It's feeling
agree.
very feminine to me, even though it
Yeah.
has very strong silhouettes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I see
Um,
some like nice 20s references with the headband type things. But there's also some nice 90s kind of silhouettes and yeah, the stoles. I'm really enjoying it. Yeah.
yeah, I really like the stoles. I like all the satin. It's,
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
The bright
it's really
colors.
fun.
Yeah, it is fun. It's joyful in a somber time and it has like a weight to it, not like so it's not too like I don't know what the word is, not flamboyant, but it's not frivolous. It doesn't feel frivolous, but it feels fun, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It doesn't
Yeah.
seem, yeah, it seems like you could like wear this stuff and people wouldn't be like, that's silly. Like you could be
Yeah.
very, you could be a serious person and you could be wearing like a full purple satin blazer.
Totally. Yeah. And there's like orange stole with like the purple bow. Like, yeah, over the white
Yes.
suit, it works, you know? Yeah.
Yeah. It's all great. Yeah. I think
Yeah.
just what a great eye.
Yeah, that's so true. And just very different and new, but not crazy, if that makes sense. I also thought the set was kind of cute. It's also very 20s, like
Yeah.
the cafe society, you know, kind of
Yes.
idea to it. It's cute. I like that. Not the most innovative, but nonetheless quite fun.
Yes. Okay. Oh, the sets, the
Yes.
Valentino
Yes.
set that
Mm-hmm.
was the bathroom. What
Yeah.
did we think?
It is a bathroom. It has stalls and everything. Yeah, it's a gang bathroom. That's what we call them in the architecture world.
A
Um,
gang bathroom. That doesn't
I know.
sound, that
I know
sounds
it
bad.
sounds weird, right? I hate it, but that's what we call it.
Okay.
um, I can't help it. It sounds very weird though. But oh look, and I love again, he had an older model, or they had an older model and in a sheer top. I love that because that's
Yes.
what
I mean, I
boobs look
loved
like.
this show, and
The
I
show
also
is amazing,
loved
yeah.
that there was like a really sweet photo of Parker Posey and Sophie Thatcher
Aw,
sitting together at this
yeah.
show, and I was
Oh,
like, this is everything. These are
yeah,
my
this is what we need.
TV queens just
Yeah.
like enjoying a fashion show, and I loved it.
Oh my God, I love like, okay, I don't know how to feel about the bathroom. I guess I see what is going on. I see the point. It's like, okay, well, bathrooms are in the lexicon right now. We're talking about trans rights, all this stuff, but it's also quite interesting when you mix in all the different models and I'm not sure like how the fashion really speaks to it, but I do like the idea. Yeah.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts?
I mean, I love a fun set and I love a
Mm-hmm.
spectacle and
Yes.
I love it when people think outside the box. And I think that Paris does this probably better than any other fashion week where they like
Mm-hmm.
really think about the environment that you're going to be in when you're going to experience the fashion.
Yes. Yes.
I think one of my very favorite ones ever was the Balenciaga snow show during COVID.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like
Amazing.
they, yeah. So they have a reputation and a history of hitting it out of the park with the sets.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
bathroom is like maybe giving me a little bit of PTSD from the club days when you would walk into a gang bathroom and it would be full of like just so much humanity. And that's kind of maybe the
Yeah.
point of this show.
Yeah. Interesting. Probably is. Yeah, because it is honestly like every model looks like a character in a story. So that makes sense. I mean, I can see that. It's sort of like that cat dress. Oh my God. That is killing me. But yeah, it does feel like every model is it's a collection of people in the bathroom who kind of belong together but kind of don't, and it's interesting. So, yeah.
And I guess that's maybe the point is that in
Yeah.
the bathroom we all belong.
Yeah. In the bathroom, that's the great equalizer, right? There's everyone's going to be using the gang bathroom at one
Everybody
point or
has to
another.
pee
Yeah.
in the gang bathroom.
Yeah,
Oh,
it
so
actually gave me like high school PTSD, not club PTSD. But not
oh,
that my high school is
interesting.
anything like this, but like that's the last time I had to use a lot of gang bathrooms, so
Yes, you're
yeah.
so right. It also kind of like now that you say that reminds me of that scene in Euphoria
Mm.
where Sydney Sweeney like
Yes.
misunderstands the conversation about Oklahoma, which just I probably watch that like maybe once a week and it just makes me smile every
In a
time.
good way or a
So
bad way, yeah. Oh, and like oh, and the models are looking in the mirrors. Yeah, okay, I kind of see what's happening. Okay, okay. That cat dress. Oh my God, I can't. That I literally had like an applique that was like a cat face just like that, that would just sat in my mom's sewing trunk because I didn't know what I wanted to use with it, but I made her buy it and it looked exactly like that. It was about like 6 by 8 inches. And it's just like some white cat, her face. Like, yeah, that's really funny.
just a white
Yeah.
cat
I
in the
can't wait for someone to
bathroom.
wear that. I can't wait for someone to wear that. That'll be amazing. Yeah. All right. What else? What else on Paris?
I mean, should we talk about the bomb threat that like kept
Oh yeah.
everybody from like getting to their shows
Yeah,
the other day?
Jesus.
Like
Yeah.
what? Paris is wild. I feel like Paris is like constantly having a bomb threat.
Yeah, that's true. They are.
And
Yeah.
like I just I mean, I hope that everything turned out okay for everyone.
Yeah. Yeah. So it was a very eventful Paris. And I heard, or Paris Fashion Week, I heard there was a kind of a mini Met Gala at the Louvre. Is that correct?
Yes. Oh my
Yeah.
God. Doechii again
Oh.
was in like a full like yellow rhinestone gown. Is this
Oh, okay. This is amazing. See,
I
she's
mean,
so versatile.
she's
Wow.
incredible. Like this
Wow.
gown is incredible. Nobody is pulling off yellow like this
No, and it's
except for
Valentino.
Doechii.
Yeah. Oh my God. So versatile. Holy shit. Yeah.
Oh, the only other show that I really loved, I think it was maybe even today, was the Louis Vuitton
Mm.
show with it
Okay.
had like a multiple story like apartment kind of
Ooh.
looking
Okay.
set. Yeah,
See.
like
Okay.
multiple levels and like notably at this show, um, Phoebe Devanner, the
Yeah.
woman from Bridgerton, and
Yeah.
Jaden Smith, like wore the same outfit to this
Oh,
show.
interesting. Okay. Okay. Oh,
But yes,
yeah.
I
Okay.
thought this set was very cool as we're like
Yeah. That
appreciating the
that was my kind of second dream job, was to design like fashion sets. I wonder if that's still an option for me one
I
day,
think it
maybe.
is. In
Yeah.
fact, here's what I know about that is that you don't
Oh,
need to have a degree and like be an
yes.
architect to do that.
Yes, I have heard that because
So you're
people do it
very
from
much
all over.
overqualified.
You could do it as like an artist, you could do it as many different things. I've heard that too. Like many different types of people do them. I just had no idea how you would get into that realm. I feel like you just meet a fashion person, you're like, can I, or you meet someone who's done it before and you're like, can I help or can I join your firm or whatever. I do know
Yeah.
some, I don't want to architecture firm. who has done them before, but they also do a lot of like theater stuff too. Um,
That would be fun.
yeah. So we'll
I could
see.
see
But
that for you.
yeah, maybe we'll have to think about that. But it would be nice to be like, oh yeah, I helped design that. That'd be fun. We could have a real Sofalite moment with that.
Oh
If
my
we
God, I would
yeah.
definitely fly to Paris to see a
Ugh,
show if you designed the
ugh.
set.
I would totally buy everyone a hotel room if I did that. Um, we would make it a party. But okay, anything
Yes, but
else you
I'm
want to talk about?
so okay, so going back to the Louvre, was it a Louvre gala? What are we
Yeah,
calling
I think
this
it was like a
event?
dinner, like a Louvre benefit dinner, maybe.
I mean, Gigi Hadid also looking very fabulous. She's looking very like kind of old Hollywood glam to me
Yes, I loved that
recently,
dress
and I
too.
really love it.
Her
I
hair has
love her
been
dress.
very old, elegant. Yeah, yes,
Love her hair. I'm loving
yeah.
everybody's kind of like old Hollywood glam bob that they're doing right now. A lot of people
Mm-hmm.
had it at the Oscars.
Yeah, yeah.
Ray very often has her hair like
Ray
that.
has, yeah, she has great hair. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
But
I think it's
yeah,
very, very
very
good stuff.
classic and but like up, it's still fresh. They've like really, they're really owning it, I think, right now. So yeah. But oh, anything else at Paris we want to talk about?
I think that the only other thing is we have to talk about the Asian designers a little
Ah,
bit,
yes. Okay.
first of all,
Yes.
because there were a couple of really spectacular shows by Asian designers that like were so like avant-garde. Comme des Garçons.
Oh, Comme des Garçons. Yeah.
Comme des Garçons.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly. Well,
Yes. I love Comme des Garçons. Yeah.
this kind of blew me away. Like, obviously, this is not like a wearable moment, but
And
these.
I don't mean to interrupt, but I think you are right. I think they're Japanese with the French
Okay.
name. Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, these pieces are
They're insane. Yeah.
incredibly
Yeah.
constructed.
Yeah. I love
They're
their
so cool.
logo. Like that's something I've been like looking for, like a nice Comme des Garçons t-shirt, but that's beside the point because their runway stuff is amazing. Like the construction on that pink like suit dress thing is
Oh my
crazy.
God.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
the plaid made me think
Mm-hmm.
of like all of us.
Yes, yes, yeah, I know. Yeah, I loved it. There's so many cool things. I love Comme des Garçons. But all the hair at Comme des Garçons, the hats at Comme des Garçons.
Right? Were
Yeah,
they hats or were
totally.
they like
Yeah.
flat, like hair, like
I
wig? Like
think
what?
it was I think I see some hats with some fringe, and I think I see some like fake hair, like plastic, almost plasticky looking like Aunt Marie Antoinette hair type thing.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah. So I
Yes.
think I see a little bit of both. Um, they do insane stuff. They're always weird like this, which I love. But um, yeah, I need to find a nice Comme des Garçons shirt. They also make Comme des Garçons Converse that you can
Oh,
get with like their nice heart logo. Yeah. So they have like a lot of ready to wear stuff that's very wearable, but then they also have this stuff which I love. Yeah.
then the oh boy, how's she gonna pronounce this one?
Enrillage? I don't know. Enrillage.
Enrillage.
Enrillage. I don't know, but I did
Well,
not see
whatever it
this one.
was,
Yeah.
I loved it. I thought, I mean, first of all, this church is beautiful. And the
Yes. Yeah.
show, like, if you want to talk about spectacle, this one wins for me.
Yeah. Yes. And I
Like,
think yeah, I love the combination of the old church and like Unrealized is also Japanese.
I love the shapes of these garments. I love the
Um
way they look lit up, but I also love the ones that are like a little bit like less
yes.
lit, like that just sort of look like textiles that are like a little bit more like earthy
Yeah.
neutral.
Yeah.
I love the ones that look like stained glass.
Mhm.
Like this,
And being yeah.
yeah, this stuff is amazing.
Gosh. All right, so that is it for New York Sofalites this week. Hope you enjoyed our assessment of the fashion weeks of this month. But I think we're also in the process of watching With Love from With love, Megan. Sorry.
Yes. I can't wait. And we might be
Yes.
the last people to dive into it. So we are also going to examine the discourse around it
Yes.
because I am
Yes.
fascinated.
Yes. Yeah. The discourse, there's a lot of it. Yeah. And the only thing I will say is I've seen seen some criticism about her talking about the excess of citrus fruit.
Wait, the excess of, like, there's too much. There's a glut of citrus.
Yeah, like she was like, well, this is what you do when you have too many blood oranges. We're like, what in the
We don't
fuck would I
have
have too
that
many blood
problem in New
oranges?
York.
But I think that happens to think I think people in California do have that problem
Mm,
because people are always trying to give me lemons. I
hmm.
don't know about blood oranges. That seems fancier, but I don't have any myself, but people are like, "Here, take these lemons."
All right. Well, hit us up, nysofalites@gmail.com, if you have lemon recipes that you want to
Yes.
share.
Yes.
And let
Yeah,
us know if this is
yes,
a
please
real
do.
problem in
Yeah.
California. We'll start workshopping some.
Thank you guys for joining us. We love talking about this stuff. We're glad that we could talk about it with you
Follow
guys.
us
So,
on Instagram at nysofalites and send us your lemon recipes, your fashion thoughts, your feedback to
mm,
nysofalites@gmail.com.
yes, we
Bye.
welcome it.